I'm here with Pacific Puzzlers today to compete with and interview the founder, Aly Krasny. Learn how to start an event in your own community.
On your mark. Get set, go.
Oh, that opened really nicely. Hello.
Hey, we just competed!
Yay!
And we kept our pride.
That's right. We showed people what's up.
I met you at this event 6-7 years ago.
Yes.
The event you created.
Yeah.
And yeah, so in your own words, how did Pacific Puzzlers get started?
Come to be. It's my favorite story to tell. So it all started when I was doing a puzzle with a friend. We didn't have enough people to play board games, so I told him, let's do a puzzle. He never does puzzles, so he wasn't awesome at it, and I was a little better. And he commented, wow, you're so fast. I was like, okay, that's fine. And he was like, we should have a competition to see how much faster you are. And I was like, okay, whatever. And he kept telling everyone about it until we finally had a competition at my house, and I was definitely faster than him and everyone else. And so, but everyone had such a fun time, so we did it a few more times at my house. And then we hit a point where it was sort of like, everyone kept saying their friends wanted to join, and we were like, let's make this a thing. Like, there's bar trivia, let's make like puzzle, bar competitions. And so that's how Pacific Puzzlers was born. It was me and Tony and Lindsay, the three of us. Not Lindsay from Golden State Puzzlers, another Lindsay. We formed Pacific Puzzlers.
So how long did you do it in your own living room before you graduated to moving it somewhere public?
I think it was, I want to say 3, maybe 4 times over like probably a year or something. Like every 6 months, someone would be like, we should do that again. But I don't know if this happens to you. People sometimes will be like, oh, we should do this thing, Aly, if you want to plan it. And so that's what kept happening. So it would take me a while to find time in my schedule, and then we would do it. So probably like a year and a half before.
Do you remember when the first one was?
I do, yes. That was, I guess that was 2017. I think it was, so it must have been, because I think I did things for like a year, a little over a year. It was early 2017 at, what was that, North Park Beer Company. We sold out.
How many spots did you sell?
I want to say we had like 15 teams.
Were they all teams, teams of 4?
Yep, it was teams,
wow.
Which is better for bar competitions, but it was funny because the others had to sell me on the idea, because I was like, I want to do solo competitions. I don't care about teams.
Oh, when you did it at your house, was it solo or
It was
teams?
solo at my house, yeah.
And how many people did you have at your house?
I think at most we had maybe like 8 or something.
That's still pretty big.
It was, the whole like living room was just full of
You're
tables.
all same puzzle.
Yeah.
You in the same
Yeah.
house. Wow.
The first competition, I like didn't know anything about anything. I just liked puzzles, and that was all. So what I did to try to find cheap ones of the same image, I went to Dollar Tree and I got puzzle bugs.
Well, that would have been challenging for speed puzzling.
That was not great. So they're not great for speed because there's so many false fits.
And they don't hold together.
They don't hold together. So the best
so fast.
is one of my friends was doing it. Puzzles aren't her jam to begin with, but she really wanted to do it. And she had like 20 pieces left, but there were so many false fits that she was like miserable, and she just gave up and just took her whole puzzle and crumpled it and just dumped it. She was done.
No.
So I learned after that to get better puzzles.
All right, speaking of which, where do you get the puzzles? Do you buy them in bulk? Do you get people to donate them?
Good question. So back when we started Pacific Puzzlers, it was crazy because, as you know, there were like 2 puzzle events in the world or so. There was the St. Paul Winter Carnival, and there was the Belgian 24 Hours. There wasn't even Worlds yet back then. And So there was nothing. So that also meant no puzzle companies had any idea what we were trying to do. So it was so difficult to find any, but I just basically looked up the puzzle companies, looked up their contact us, and was like, hi, can I buy puzzles from you? I think actually we maybe tried to like buy some on Amazon or something at first, but we wanted to get them at a discounted price. So then I just started reaching out to puzzle companies. But nowadays it's so much easier because puzzle companies know about this, and a lot of them have processes, and now we have like a wholesale list for puzzlers, USA JPA members that want to do puzzle competitions, host them. So
I mean, the profile of speed puzzling has changed a lot since you did this.
it's so different. It's crazy because we also didn't know like what size of puzzle. Because back then when we originally started doing it at my house, I can't remember if it was 100, maybe 200 or 300 piece puzzles, because we were like, that seems right. And now I feel like if you looked it up for 2 minutes, you'd be like 500 piece puzzles. That's what you do for solo.
I mean, for the
For speedy.
national and
Yeah.
world level, you usually do 500.
Right.
Tonight we did a 300. So
Yeah.
that's still fine.
Yeah.
Because depending on whether you're planning on attracting a casual crowd or
Exactly.
a really competitive crowd.
Exactly, it's different. And we didn't even know that then. Like it really was.
Oh, at the time, probably everybody was casual.
Yeah, yeah.
Except you.
Yeah, exactly. And you,
Oh, well, yeah.
lurking in the background. Yeah.
Took a while before I found you.
Yeah, yeah.
So, like, how did you know how many? How did you know how many people to prepare for? Did you have sign-ups beforehand? You sold tickets before you
That's a good,
signed up.
yeah. I think we just figured out, it was either like how many puzzles can we get or how many tables are there.
So that was your limitation.
Yeah, it was like, well, yeah, one of those two. I think it was how many tables are there, and we're like, we'll try this many. And
when I
yeah.
first went, I don't think you were sold out that day, so I was hoping that you would, that I just showed up and there was room.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. But the first time you went, I wasn't there. I remember.
Yeah.
And yeah.
But nowadays, events usually sell out just like that.
Yeah, in like a day. Like it's crazy.
I mean, there's a demand and there's not enough puzzling events, really.
I know, it's crazy. I'm so glad that they're still happening, the Pacific Puzzler events, even though I'm not running them anymore.
But now
so.
you get to compete in them.
Yeah, it's great. Yeah, actually, when we first started, I technically got to compete when we were hosting them. I cared more about competing than actually hosting them. I was like, whatever. So the other two I would do a lot beforehand, but then at the event, they would take care of a lot of the logistics. And then we would just put me in a dark corner and I got to compete because they didn't want people to feel not speedy if I beat
so
everyone.
You were unofficially competing quietly.
Yeah.
That's what happens. Yeah, when I did mine, I heard whispers that, Aly was faster. What, Aly? Everybody I saw was still
You're like, where's she at? And I'm like over there in the shadows.
Yes, you were at one table off in a corner.
Yeah.
That was pretty funny.
Yeah.
Two people were enough to run an event
Yeah.
at a time.
Yeah, I think I would like help at like beforehand, and then after I would finish the puzzle, but they would do like a lot of the announcements. I think I got to do a lot of the announcements, but eventually Lindsay did. She was a teacher, so she was very used to like corralling people.
Because like when you do it in a space like the bar, everybody's kind of close to each other, you can kind of see each other. Because like at the big competitions, we need judges to run around.
Right. And it was casual too, right? Like you want to get everyone's time, but like something like nationals, it's like critical. And also people are going to be like seconds apart, whereas at these usually
It's more very more spread up. How did you get the word out at the time? Like, since
oh
it was
my
just your
gosh,
friends.
we were advertising everywhere. So I think we were on Meetup, which it still is actually. Meetup, Facebook. I would go to bars and put up like flyers at the bars.
Wow.
And I would go, so bars, libraries, something like the American Legion or something. We could put a flyer up there. And then I got this fun idea to like just get cheap puzzles. A lot of bars have like games and stuff, so I'd put it like on the game pile. I'd put a puzzle and it'd have a little ad on the front that was like, test yourself. If you do well, like, why don't you check us out?
Oh, that's
so
clever.
that was kind of fun.
I've never heard of that.
Yeah.
That's a good idea. But like nowadays, events are held at libraries, at game stores, at bookstores, toy stores, like community centers.
Yep. Yeah.
I guess anywhere where people can congregate would be a good place
Yeah, and really it's like anywhere with free space. Though I know that government buildings like libraries and stuff have special rules about like it being open to the public, and like I think there's rules about being able to charge for it and things like that. Whereas bars were great because it was casual. So we always said it broke down into people who were at a bar and wanted to do a thing, and people who wanted to puzzle and maybe have a beer after that. But anyway, the bars were always thrilled because we would say like, can we come on a Monday or Tuesday when it's totally dead? And they were like, yeah, bring people, that sounds great. And we would be like, can we have the space for free, but we'll host this thing and then it will bring people and we'll charge for it, but we keep the money, and they were fine with it. So
That's awesome.
yeah, except for our very first venue. They like made us charge a drink minimum or something. It was like a whole thing, and we were like, this is a cool space, but it's too expensive.
You could try a new thing, drunk puzzling. You have to be trying it.
Absolutely.
I mean, you keep mentioning that the USA JPA now has like resources available. Right? Is that, what recommendations for various resources would you have for people who are looking to start something like this?
To start something. So I mean, the USA JPA, Jigsaw Puzzle Association, we have on our website, we actually have a lot of resources for what to do to host an event. So there's rules, there's kind of lots of tips about like what size of puzzle, what image, how, if you're a member, you can email us and we'll give you access to a list of wholesalers. It has tips about how big your table should be, things like that. So that's a really great place for it. And additionally, we actually have, if you want to be really, really professional about it and sanction your event by the USA JPA, then we have a whole extra set of hoops to jump through, but with a lot of resources about, it'll be things like rules, like we have a slide deck that you can use as a template to show people the rules at the beginning of the competition, or lists of the rules to give to your judges and things like that. So we have a lot of resources, and then I think some of the more involved puzzle companies in speed puzzling competitions, now if you're kind of Googling around, some of them will have some resources too.
So hopefully that will help some people start their own.
Yes.
And grow this community even more.
Yeah, that would be awesome. We're excited to just help them continue to grow. It's growing so much, but I still think it's like in its infancy, so yeah.
Okay, thank you for taking time to talk.
Thanks so much for having me. Good to see you.